Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my look at some of the updates and basics of Black Ice 8 and Hearts of Iron 3. Okay, we are looking here at strategic resources. There are some new ones. We will quickly go through them all. These are things you have up here. Aluminum reduces air build by 0.15, so I think that's I don't know how to always interpret some of these things, whether that's 15% or 1.5% on the thing. I'm sorry, maybe I should have researched that up better, but that's just basically they reduce air build speed. Rubber reduces movement speed and supply throughput. Heavy water, I unfortunately don't have many up here at the moment to point at, but heavy water increases nuclear research. Uranium also increases nuclear research, both by the same amount, 0.1. Tungsten increases heart attack. Tungsten was used very much during the war for machine tools, but also the Germans were looking at tipping some of their anti-tank weapons with tungsten. They had to stop that because they needed all the tungsten they could get from machine tools so they wouldn't wear out too fast. Fur, and some of these are basic stuff that are in the game and you already know if you've been playing for a while, but I'm just going through to be complete. Fur reduces winter effects. Black soil increases global manpower by 0.3. Cinchona, also known as Jesuit's bark, that's quinine basically, reduces jungle effects by 1.5. Helium reduces rocket speed, build speed. Gold increases global money. Horses increases supply output. Here, antibiotics, if you get that, which, as I say, it should be renamed pharmaceutical industry. Increases casualty trickleback. Ball bearings increase unit repair times, and that whether that's aircraft repair or ship repair, that type of thing. Prefab shipbuilding or prefab ship facilities, they reduce naval build speed by 10%, which is a huge, and also reduces global metal. Use more metal in shipbuilding. Dockyard facilities, naval base efficiency. Now this is a new one. Naval base efficiency by 0.2. So you're getting more throughput to that naval base efficiency there. And oil refineries increase global crude oil. Automotive industry reduces tank build speed, reduces global metal. Some of the new ones we're getting into. Nylon. This is nylon industry. It reduces land build speed. Mass livestock. As the notes here for the thing. Meat for the troops is a great morale boost. Ukraine, remember to reduce morale if troops don't have this. So global manpower here is increased by mass livestock. Chromite and chrome will increase your industrial efficiency by 2.5%. Military academy will increase officer recruitment, reduce a little bit of global money, but trust me, it's worth it. synthetic industry, global metal, but the big thing is 5% global rare materials. So your rare materials will increase considerably if you have synthetic industry. National monument, it increases national unity by 2%. So, you know, France gets one with the Eiffel Tower and wherever. So nice, but not overly important. Pacific momentum, that's these things here. A 0.1%, it increases national unity, so basically nothing. But what it's designed to do, and I don't know how well it really works, is designed for something so that the American and Japanese AIs will try to fight for these islands. Seeing that, oh, there's a strategic resource, I'm supposed to capture strategic resources, they will improve things, so or try to hold them, either way, capture them or hold them, so that the AI, that's mainly an AI. Airport base, I'm not exactly sure which. Is there one here? Airport base, strategic effects, do we have? Yes, major air bases here. These, okay, there's different term. These are set up mainly for the AI, well, or for random events that will give you massive air bases. I don't think we have any. Well, we can get over here. 10. Later on we'll get, and you may see this as you play, some air bases. Well, see, like here is 12 air bases over here in France. Given via events, you will find air bases greater than 10. By putting them there, by putting this strategic resource there, it will trigger, is my understanding, is the main thing, to trigger locations for the random events to place air bases in more useful spots. Similarly, our industrial zones, they're 0.1% increase in national unity, but they are mainly places so that you know that these type of things will be built in via events, and as some of them, especially these, only change, you know, local production, not overall production, so that you know to build more factories here as opposed to somewhere else. Now some of these, like for the coal mine, it's here so that you're building more coal, but that, so it does increase national unity, like I say, by a tenth of a percent. So that's the strategic resources that you will see, the modifiers here that you will get from them, as we've quickly gone over. You can look at all of these, they're all at 100%, but basically there's nothing to national unity, not even. It's, you know, each one is not even showing up there, it's the point after that you're seeing. And some of them do have costs involved, but I think overall they're worth it. Now when you get certain combinations, and this is one of the reasons I broke this into two, and some of these are fairly complicated. Here, if you look through here, the various conditions, you need to have some of these strategic resources, or certain ones of them, to get the strategic effects. basically has nylon and some other conditions like Ordenburg that I believe is to get the strategic effect, the horses. So you need to have various combinations, and you just see the code here, but nuclear power, I do know that one is for Germany. If you have the heavy water plant up here basically, and I have often captured the uranium sources. If you have both of those, or say if the US has its, I think there's a heavy water plant or something there, and has allies or somebody who has this, they will get that effect. So if it depends as Germany which provinces they hold, Elizabethville, but you have, and it's Hay River. And so if you have these, you will get the various effects. If you hold, you know, an automotive industry, oil refinery, and whatever other combinations they feel you need to have, you'll become an armor producer, or a naval builder, or air force producer, or jungle colonizer, or agricultural giant. You can see what Germany is on some ways. Some of these are captain of industries. So the effects on the strategic resources, some of them are incredibly minimal because they're just sort of placeholders for either telling you that, hey, this is going to be where factories are going to be placed via events, or they're to tell AIs to say, pick random province with super air bases, or the air effects, these in it. Any province with one of these in it, put 10 air bases down. You know, pick one, put 10 air bases down. It can do that, so it knows where to do it. So some are just more sort of placeholders. Others are designed to specifically have impactful effects based just on them, as well as combination effects when you hold enough. And it's not necessarily really supposed to mean that particular province, but you have enough things to be a medical leader in the world, so that increases money. I'm not exactly sure why it would increase money, but not a bad thing. But you get more trickle back, casualty trickle back. Basically, you have penicillin, you have fewer people dying of infectious diseases and that type of thing. So they get back into the fight, and if not back into the fight, I also think of it as somebody who's maybe not combat effective anymore, but can work in a factory. Not the heavy lift work in a factory, but this is still a pre-automated factory world for the most part. So you need a lot of manpower, so somebody can go work in the factory, which frees up otherwise maybe, shall we say, lower medium skilled factory worker, not a higher level artisan, but or somebody who would be, you know, an 18-year-old or a 20-year-old who would be going into factory work because they need more factory workers. He can go into combat units, or even she, and not so much in combat units, but like in TRE we have RAD units, or women in the RAD, and women in the Luftschutz, or other semi-combat or other support roles that frees up other manpower to go fight in battles. So their effects are cumulative with the strategic effects. So that's basically covering the resources and why you want to get them, sort of what they do. If you have questions, please post them below this video, as well as if you've watched the, should have said this, for the buildings video, please post them there. And if I don't know them, I'll try to get the answers from the Black Ice team. They're very forthcoming if you ask them a specific question. It's just sitting down and writing all of this up takes a lot of time and effort, and they're working very diligently in getting their product out and then solving the bugs of the product. And since none of you are paying money for this, they're having to do this without remuneration, and so they don't have the ability to hire somebody to say, oh, you go write up our online manuals. So, you know, thank them for all their work, and as I do. And I hope by doing these videos I contribute to the ease of their use. And again, I don't want to be putting out misleading information, so if they or somebody else needs to correct something, and if I'm way off on too many things, well, I can scrap this video and make a new one, but hopefully we can just correct it. Minor things in the comments below on the post page, so please post your questions there, and either I or hopefully somebody else, if I don't have the answer, will be able to answer them. Thank you very much. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Got to keep saying that. Thanks so much.